And the entry point in the conversation is so important because there's so many couples, for example, that, there's something I hear all the time, particularly from men, is like, oh, we don't have as much sex as we used to. We used to have so much sex. Okay, so if you walk into your wife and say, we're just not having sex as much as we used to, the response, well, you're not here. And when you're here, you're in a terrible mood. Well, I'm in a terrible mood because work is, now where are we going? We're going nowhere good. Like no one's walking out of that conversation going, let's have more sex. Everyone's walking out of that conversation going, yeah, this is exactly why we're not having more sex. Whereas if you entered that conversation with, God, I was driving down the street the other day and I remember when we were first dating and we went away to that like cheap B&B, that we didn't like have the money to afford. And we were supposed to go do it. And we ended up staying in bed the whole day. Like, remember, God, I was just thinking about that day. Like that was so, like when we were so connected physically, I just love that about, okay, now
you're like, let's book the hotel.
Let's book, right. Like, because what am I doing? I'm talking about something we did this was us and it's a version of us. Let's visit it for a second. Wasn't it great?
Well, here's what I love about that. Here's what I love about that. You can use nostalgia and going back to a better time as a reference point to remind both of you of what you miss and something that's underneath all these little things that have led to all this discontent and disconnection and what therapist Terry Real calls normal marital